This isn't going away. No matter how bad people want it to, it's just not going away. I've got some live breaking news. This broke last night. Ghislaine Maxwell breaks her silence, says she's ready to testify. She says the Epstein client list implicates top Democrats. I'm going to share with you exactly what that means, what's going on, what that entails, as well as I'm going to share a video clip from an interview with her in 2023 that I think is going to rock your brain. Also, I just unearthed this clip from a hot mic moment. Amy Robach, ABC News anchor, basically confessing that they had all of the footage. They had all of the implicated Epstein files and witnesses back in 2019, and it got buried. Oh my goodness, it's a bombshell. Stick around for that. I'm going to share that with you. But first, let's get into this. Ghislaine Maxwell, the longtime associate of Jeffrey Epstein, and by the way, she's the only person ever imprisoned. Thousands and thousands of young people robbed of their innocence, and she's the only person who has ever been imprisoned or implicated for any of this stuff. In connection with this huge Epstein network, she is now saying through the Daily Mail that she is now prepared to speak publicly about the notorious Epstein client list. It is breaking the entire internet. I first discovered this news late last night on a Sunday. It just gets weirder and weirder. When is it going to stop? When is it going to end? This is one of those stories, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Americans, my fellow global citizens. Nobody is trying to dig this up and cause a stir or make waves. This is a story that is evolving, taking life and shape of its own. It is forcing itself into the consciousness, no matter how many powerful people are trying to stick their big thumb and suppress it back into the earth. I'm telling you, this is not going away. It's not going away lightly. In a surprising development from prison, Maxwell has announced that she would, quote, welcome, end quote, the opportunity to testify before Congress and reveal the full extent of the Epstein dealings, including the names of powerful clients. She emphasized her desire to finally tell the American people, quote, what really happened, end quote, claiming the public deserves the truth after years of secrecy and speculation. According to Maxwell, President Donald Trump is not on the client list. Instead, Maxwell claims that, quote, plenty of top Democratic Party officials, end quote, are implicated, although she has not yet named specific individuals. Her comments suggest that the client list may contain politically explosive information with the potential to upend public trust in some of the nation's most prominent figures. I don't know if that trust has been on shaky ground for a long time. And I also claimed in previous videos, I got an entire playlist on my YouTube channel on the entire Epstein saga. If you want to get caught up on everything, I'll leave it in the pinned comment, also at the end card at the end of this video. If you want to check it out and just stay abreast on everything, what's going on. If you just happen to be living under a rock, or maybe you were traveling on vacation for the past week or so and you've missed everything, I would highly advise you go check that out. But I said in a previous video, there's no way that Trump is implicated, because if there was, Biden, Merrick Garland, Jack Smith, Letitia Big Shame James, Alvin Do Nothing Bragg, all these judges, this would have came out long before the election of 2024, because they threw everything else at him. Why wouldn't they throw this at him? The only reason they're not throwing this at him, one would surmise, if you exercise critical thinking and critical discernment, is some of the most powerful, elite, cabal, deep establishment, influential human beings on planet Earth are implicated in this. And if that is true, that is just a very foreboding, ominous, evil picture that you could paint. My wife and I were just talking about this before the publication of this video. You know, as a single person before having kids, I would still be appalled at robbing young kids of their innocence, taking advantage and abusing your power. As a father now, married 15 years with 2 kids who are grown, it makes me sick to my stomach that this kind of evil is getting away with absolute, pure, unadulterated cruelty at the highest level. Maxwell, who was sentenced in 2022 for her role in grooming and trafficking young women for Epstein, maintains that she has remained silent under intense pressure. But now she says the time has come for full transparency. Quote, if Congress is serious about uncovering the truth, she stated, quote, I'm ready to speak under oath and reveal everything I know. Now, whether lawmakers will take her up on this remains to be seen, but her willingness to testify could just blow this thing up wide open. This is the most disturbing scandal in the last 50 to 100 years by far. I'm hearing rumblings that the GOP are actually trying to block this, which just implicates so much more. But check this out. I mean, I want to get your thoughts on what I just said, though. Ghislaine Maxwell says she's willing to testify, willing to tell the truth. Maybe she's looking to make some sort of a deal and get a full presidential pardon for her divulging of the entire truth and nothing but the truth. I don't know. But it's just putting a monkey in the wrench. I'm telling you, this story is taking a life of its own. Nobody is trying to drag this out of the coffers and sort of build something that's not there. It just keeps gaining steam. It won't go away. It's one of those things that's kind of becoming a force of nature. I want to play for you this video right here, which was taken in 2023 when Ghislaine Maxwell was asked, do you think that Epstein self-deleted himself? I have to use this kind of language. I can't say the actual word or else they'll suppress this or maybe even delete this video. By the way, comment and let me know if you're seeing this. I want to make sure this video is being seen or am I just wasting my breath. Let me know in the comments. Say, yes, Nez, I can see this. It's showing up on my feed. It's being recommended to me. Let me know in the comments. Check this out. Ghislaine Maxwell. This was back in 2023. Wow.
No, he didn't. I don't believe he did. I believe that he was murdered. Well, shocked. And I wondered how it had happened.
Sounds sexist in any way, shape, or form, but I expected it from a man, but I didn't expect it from a woman. And, yeah, I think that's what hurts the most.
Okay, one of the people that's also interesting about this, on what you just saw right there, is Virginia Giuffre. She's one of the most prominent eyewitness individuals, victims, who came out publicly. She's the most prominent witness to the entire Epstein fiasco operation. And she's given multiple interviews. She's implicated Prince Andrew. She showed that photograph of her with Prince Andrew. I don't know if you guys remember that interview that Prince Andrew did trying to clear his name with the BBC a few years back, which went like a total train wreck. He looked so guilty. He was sweating. He was awkward. I mean, guilt was legible all over his face. Virginia Giuffre recently self-deleted herself, apparently, which has a lot of skepticism written all over that as well. Her whole family saying that she had no tendencies like that. She never, ever, ever had any leanings toward self-expiring herself. She was in an abusive relationship. So apparently her husband at that time was jealous of which doesn't make any sense to me either. And they claimed that she was psychotic and she was abusing him, or he essentially accused Virginia of abusing him, which didn't make any sense. It reeks of discredit, make her look nuts, and then we get rid of her. Especially the fact that she was run over by a bus or something. So they attempted multiple times. And then the last time they found her unresponsive in her bathroom in I think it was Australia, if I remember correctly, and she'd apparently self-deleted herself. It makes absolutely zero sense, especially if you look at her family and what they have testified and the testimony they gave about her, which I think is a perfect segue to this video This is a hot mic. Amy Robach, who is an anchor for, used to be an anchor for ABC, had this entire story with Virginia Giuffre, Ghislaine, Epstein, and everybody, and they quashed it. Check out this. It's hard not to be suspicious. It's hard not to be absorbed in this story after hearing this. This was recorded during a commercial break in between segments on her show. Watch.
I've had the story for 3 years. I've had this interview with Virginia Roberts. We would not put it on the air. First of all, I was told, who's Jeffrey Epstein? No one knows who that is. This is a stupid story. Then the palace found out that we had her whole allegations about Prince Andrew and threatened us in a million different ways. We were so afraid we wouldn't be able to interview Kate and Will that also quashed the story. And then Alan Dershowitz was also implicated in it because of the planes. She told me everything. She had pictures. She had everything. She was in hiding for 12 years. We convinced her to come out. We convinced her to talk to us. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton. We had everything. I tried for 3 years to get it on, to no avail, and now it's all coming out, and it's like these new revelations, and I freaking had all of it. I'm so pissed right now. Like, every day I get more and more pissed because I'm just like, oh my God, what we had was unreal. Other women backing it up. Hey, yep. Brad Edwards, the attorney, 3 years ago, saying there will come a day when we will realize Jeffrey Epstein was the most prolific pedophile this country has ever known. And I had it all.
I'm telling you guys, this story is not going anywhere. If anything, it is taking on a life of its own, with or without people trying to bring it out in the open or not. It just keeps pressing on, pressing forward, absolutely pronouncing itself, and it won't take no for an answer. It is just claiming I need to be heard over and over again. And I want to be very clear. I am not sharing this because, the focus is on this creepy guy, Epstein, this dead guy from years ago. No, as a father, first of all, it's impossible that thousands and thousands of young kids who were robbed of their innocence, the most cruel, evil act I think a human being can ever commit, is what happened to these young people, these poor kids. Those people are still out there. Never mind, Epstein and Ghislaine and all that. Those powerful, influential people are still out there. Those evil people are still out there, and they can wreak more havoc, rob more kids of their innocence. So before you go, commenting and saying, Nez, you're attacking Trump, no. I love President Trump. I voted for him thrice. That's 3 times. I love everything that he's doing. I don't blame Trump for this. I mean, he's busy, man. He's got wars. He's got tariffs. He's got economies. He's got world leaders going after him. He's got enough on his plate. He appointed these people to handle this. He said, look, I trust you. If there's something there, bring it out. I think he has been ill-advised. I think this really falls on the shoulders of Pam Bondi with that ridiculous PR stunt, giving those binders to those kids and having them flash in front of the media. Epstein Files Phase 1, which implies there's more than one phase and that there's more to come. Just based on that alone, never mind the fact that she went on a media tour saying, we've got all these recordings. We've got thousands of recordings. We've got truckloads of documents. It falls on her, which explains a lot of the dissension between Bongino, Patel, and the entire FBI and DOJ. Although I'm not putting them and precluding them from this disaster either. So I don't blame Trump, and I love my president. And I think he's doing an outstanding job. I think he has been getting he's been misguided and misdirected 1 billion %. This story is not going anywhere. And I think the truth will eventually come out sooner or later. And I will keep you abreast on everything you need to know. One more time, I have an entire playlist. If you're lost or there's some holes or gaps in your understanding of what's really going on here, maybe you've been on vacation, I've got an entire playlist. Check it out. It'll be coming up on the end screen soon, but also just go to my channel. On my homepage, you'll see the playlist right there of the entire Epstein debacle and saga. Please, if you don't mind, Tap that thumbs up. It would really, really help us out. Doesn't cost you a thing, but it helps us out immeasurably. Our mission on the channel is to make common sense go viral. You can help. You have a voice. You have an opportunity to actually aid in that mission by just simply doing a free thing. You could even do it on your TV remote. If you're watching us on TV, just tap that thumbs up. Don't forget to check out these videos in my playlist right here. If you happen to miss all that, tap my face right here to subscribe and follow. It's absolutely free, and turn on all bell notifications. And as always, may God bless you, and may God bless the USA and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.